So this is a very different sort of video, and I'm not sorry. I'm a big Wheel of Time fan. I've read through the books a few times, some more than others, probably completely 3 times from start to finish. And I just love the series. It captivated me so completely. It's just an amazing series of books. So now that I've got that out of the way, we've had an exciting couple of days because not only has season 3 been confirmed, we've also got an official behind the scenes look for season 2. It's exciting because the way season 1 ended was obviously different to the books, and we've got characters and places that they aren't in the books, and characters being given more story. So I'm trying to use this this tiny little behind the scenes look to try and piece together how they're going to tell the story of book 2 and book 3 in season 2 based on a minute's worth of footage. I'll play it, let's watch it together, and then I will go through and pick out those things I found super interesting. Let's take a look, shall we? I'll tell you what, I've just spotted at least 2 or 3 things that I didn't see the first 10 times I watched this. So that's exciting. So let's take a look. Epic start. So we've got what looks like 3 Aiel maidens, and they look just as kick-ass as I always picture them to. The buckles, something about the Aiel culture I always pictured was they would be, have lots of leather straps and buckles to fit all of their weapons, and they just look awesome. So I think we can safely presume that these are part of the vanguard that first come out of the waste in search for he who comes with the dawn. By the looks of this trailer, they're in a few places, so I think we'll start learning a little bit more about the Aiel in season 2. All right, let's go. Okay, so Moiraine and Lan, I totally get why they're being given more to do in season 2 than what we see in the books, because I really missed Moiraine. I mean, she, even though she was written as this mysterious woman that disrupts these young people's lives, she was my favorite from the start. I was obsessed with her, actually, and it was gutting that she didn't get as much airtime in book 2. So the way that they ended season 1, I mean, I'm even confused. I don't know, is she, has she just got a block on her powers? She can't sense them. I don't think she's lost them completely. I think she's heavily shielded. But as a result, I think her and Lan's journey seems to be, for me, I think it's going to be about knowledge, about finding prophecies, about searching for what's to come. Because I think based on how season 1 ends, she realizes she knows next to nothing. What she thought was true has been kind of turned on its head. So I think she realizes her ignorance, maybe, even though she's been searching for the dragon for, 20 years up until this point. She realizes that she probably only knows the very tip of the iceberg. But it's going to be interesting, Moiraine and Lan, what they do next. And I don't know where they are. They're on a beach. Have they already made it to Folmey? Has her eyes and ears, are they still active? She's been outcast from the tower. Does she still have access to her eyes and ears that can give her the goss? What's going down? But this beach, whether it's the same beach is quite prominent in a lot of these scenes. So has she got to Folmy? I don't know. Okay, so this looks like the same beach to me, but from a different angle, but it might not be. I think this is Folmy. So later on in the teaser, we see a map with some little markers on, and I think that's showing the invasion by the Sean Chan. You know, the ships that appeared at the end of season 1. I think that's this is in Folmy because we've got a trebuchet in the corner here. And you can see plainly on the map, there's markers of where there's 4 trebuchets pointing towards Folmy and the beach. And obviously these are white cloaks. So yeah, the white cloaks have made it to Folmy. And they're running like the devil's chasing them, basically. Okay, that just might... I'm not sure. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. I have no idea. Obviously the wheel, there's a link there, but I was looking at these weird they kind of look like, you know, that torture device where you get kind of tied to a wheel, and it looks like that those are like wrist straps, but it's kind of out of proportion, so God knows what that is. All right, at a quick glance I thought that was Nael the first time I saw, but I think we're looking at an Inquisitor from the White Cloaks because they've got that, what looks like a starburst on their tabard. And we've seen the Inquisitors wear these shoulder thingamabobs. He looks pretty cool though. Okay, Perrin. So obviously, if you've read the books, you know that the start of book 2, we've got Perrin, Mat, and Rand going together with some Shienarans to hunt down the Horn, which has been stolen at the end of series 1 by Padan Fain and some dark friends. So they all go together to retrieve the Horn from Padan Fain. But we know from the end of season 1 that Rand's gone off on his own. Mat is nowhere where he should be in the books. So, and we don't see him at all. Not that I could see. I can't see Mat anywhere in these clips. So it looks to me like Perrin and the Shienarans, a bigger group than was in the books, have gone to hunt the Horn down on their own. Because that's definitely Perrin. I think that is Uno in the front. And every time you see the Shienarans, you see Perrin with them. Another waygate. I am curious. Obviously the waygates work very differently from the books to the show. I'm not sure how they're going to kind of, with the fact that they have to be channeled to open. They didn't really explain that Padan Fain used the leaf because that was just an image, and the bonus features, it wasn't actually part of the show. So hopefully they'll give a little bit more context into the waygates and how they work. All right. So the first couple of times I watched this, I didn't know who this army was. I was trying to think who has that insignia. It looks like a bird and blue. But after looking at them a little clearer, you know, the Sean Chan officers and the generals and even the soldiers are all described as wearing very insectile helmets, very elaborate helmets. And these look very elaborate, and they're gold overlapping armor. So I think we're looking at the Sean Chan, maybe a stronghold that they've set up in Folmy. Because this is definitely the Empress. She's bald, which we know, you know, the only person allowed to be bald is the Empress, because, you know, the less hair you have, the higher rank you are. So I think we're looking at the Sean Chan here. And if we are, I'm just loving the look of them. Like the little glances that we've had of them, they look just as scary and ominous and alien as they feel in the books. Okay, I missed this at first, and I now see it. That's definitely Lan behind Rand, isn't it? Which means that their paths intersect. And that if that's Lan, that's definitely Moiraine in the back. And I thought that was Lan at first, but he's definitely bald, isn't he? So that's Rand and Moiraine on the beach, probably in Fulmy. That looks like Min to me. And in the book, she went to the tower with Egwene and Nynaeve. So, but again, she left before the big fight at the end of season 1. So maybe she's on her own. Okay, so we got Rand. At first, when I watched this, I thought this might be Elias. Because I thought, graying, long hair. I thought it might be him. But I've spotted someone else that I think might be him as well. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, they look like Aes Sedai. They're very well-dressed women. But I have no idea where this could be and what this place is at all. It's Egwene in the tower with her gong. I mean, I don't know what that is. It looks like one of those big ass gongs. And she's wearing novice white, so she's officially beginning her Aes Sedai training as a novice. Okay, so right. At first I thought, oh, this is the, young warders in training at the White Tower, which is cool enough because this architecture just screams White Tower. Sorry, I just made sure I had pressed record. But they're training with what looks like quarterstaffs, quarterstave. Would the plural of quarterstaff be quarterstaves? Which makes me think, is Matt there and he's humiliated a couple of people, and because of that humiliation, he's showing them the ropes? I don't know. But it's definitely warders in training at the White Tower. Ooh. So I think all the fighting scenes, when we see explosions of fire, those must be the initial invasion from the Seanchan. But here we see what clearly is a white cloak and an Aiel, which is pretty cool. Okay, hang on. Sorry, things move really quickly. I'm going to be pausing a lot. So here we have, your eye is instantly drawn to the fade that's been... Again, Perrin is with the Shienarans. And I saw this guy at first, and I thought it might be Huron, because I don't think Huron was ever a soldier. He was just had his, unique smelling capability. But I think that might be Elias. So either the grey-haired guy or this guy, because I don't know, his dress looks very, very much like animal skin. It all looks very earthy, which you can imagine is what Elias would wear. So that could be him. Okay, we have we have Rand looking very serious. Lan in training, and then Moiraine kind of dashing off by herself, which makes me think that maybe they split up at some point. Okay, so this is the map I was talking about, and here are these 4 trebuchets here, and these beaches. So I'm thinking that this is the map of the invasion. So we got the ships, and then maybe where they've occupied, where the Seanchan have occupied in the city, and the resistance out here by the White Cloaks at Fulmy. Makes sense. Okay. Oof. She is kick-ass, but let's just go back. So again, we've got this guy. He's huge. I mean, he's built like a Trolloc, but I don't think it's a Trolloc. I think that he's got a very shiny head, which makes me think, again, we've got Seanchan sacking the city and what looks like Perrin being dragged away. Okay, let's go back to her, because she is... I mean, she must be a high lady of the blood, I would have thought. But this costume is amazing because, as we know, that the blood, the Seanchan blood, are the upper echelons. They're very hierarchical, the Seanchan. Even within the blood, there's all those, again, more hierarchy. But she looks like she's definitely a high lady. And the fact that she's got that kind of visor thing on to protect her eyes from being looked at by scum such as yourself, I love it. That costuming just looks incredible. And that's it. I think at the end we've got some weird, someone is getting battered by this dude and thrown from a horse. So nothing much to see there. And we're done. Like I said, I know that's much different to the content I do create, but I'm very keen to speak more around the Wheel of Time and theories, but now that everybody who's read the books knows the story of the books, it's now more interesting to see, now that we've got an adaptation on our hands, how that could possibly be spun in a new way while keeping the integral story intact. And I'm really keen to see how they do it. Anyway, that's a bit of a different video. I did have another video planned, but I thought I saw this and I wanted to pick it apart, and I decided to. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See ya.